In recent years, the world has witnessed a stark increase in the frequency and intensity of forest fires. Join us as we delve into the profound impacts of forest fires, a consequence of our changing climate.
Forest fires, once considered a natural part of the ecosystem, have escalated into an uncontrollable force, wreaking havoc on lives, homes, and entire ecosystems. Many of these devastating fires occur in remote, untouched wilderness, presenting a unique challenge for containment. The lack of roads, resources, and infrastructure make firefighting a formidable task, allowing these fires to rage on. A total of 385 fires burned about 3.4 million hectares of forest in the Northwest Territories during the harsh wildfire season, releasing an estimated 580 megatons of carbon dioxide equivalent. These released carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases not only warm the planet, but also hinder the forest's ability to absorb carbon dioxide, thus perpetuating the cycle. Habitat destruction forces species to migrate, and others face extinction as their specific territories vanish into flames, while also creating long-term or permanent loss of native vegetation and damage to the water cycle.
Forest fires also come with a great deal of social impacts too. For starters, wildfires in 2023 especially affected air quality. The high pollution levels contribute to respiratory illnesses like asthma, which pose serious health risks to vulnerable populations. In addition, these fires come with extreme economic consequences, so areas affected can see mass job losses impacting families, businesses, and industries. These individuals face loss of livelihoods, adding to social distress. And further, forest fires impact cultural practices and traditional knowledge of indigenous communities, so they face the dual challenge of protecting their lands and culture while also dealing with the immediate consequences of wildfires. Starting in late June 2023, the Behchokǫ region near Yellowknife faced the impacts of encroaching wildfires fueled by dry, hot, and windy conditions. They lasted until the end of August, when residents had to evacuate as the fire spread rapidly, covering about 20 kilometers in less than 4 hours. The blaze even crossed the main highway, exacerbating the crisis. So the extent of the destruction was immense, with over 1 million hectares of land charred by mid-season, and around 20,000 individuals were displaced for roughly 3 weeks, and the fires obliterated 19 structures, resulted in insured damages exceeding $30 million.
Now let's examine a recently discovered danger that has been harming Canada's forests: zombie fires. Zombie fires are ignited during the wildfire season and keep smoldering under a blanket of snow. Once the snow melts during the following spring season, the fire reignites once again. The field data of these zombie fires has been collected by Jennifer Balzer, who is currently leading a team of researchers. According to their research, climate warming may make zombie fires more common and fuel the persistent smoldering combustion of soils like peat, which can hold more than 10 times the carbon content of regular soil. As 30 to 40% of Earth's carbon is locked up below the ground in boreal and Arctic ecosystems, and carbon uptake by these forests helps offset our global emissions, says Balzer. Without it, there will be disruption to underground plant systems and hindrance to our forest's ecological resilience and regeneration in subsequent seasons.
So why are forest fires getting worse? Poor forest management is a key factor driving these fires. The theory that excessive tree removal decreases risk by reducing forest fuel is flawed. Instead, sustainable logging practices are crucial. Additionally, the wildland-urban interface describes areas where development intertwines with natural landscapes, creating zones of heightened danger. Fires once confined to remote areas now pose significant threats to communities, magnified by the challenges of combating fires. However, the main reason driving forest fires is climate change. Northern Canada is warming 3 to 4 times faster than the global average, and rising global temperatures extend summer droughts, lengthening fire seasons. So as climate change is increasing the wildfire-prone areas across the globe, this stems from the unchecked use of fossil fuels, which release heat-trapping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere that intensify the warming trend and further power extreme weather events. So with all this information, here are some solutions that are currently taking place. The federal government has established the National Adaptation Strategy, or NAS, to fortify Canada's defenses against climate change, and there are collaborations to set achievable targets within the strategy. Additionally, a government-university partnership with Wilfrid Laurier University facilitates local research in the territory. With over 50 research sites, Laurier scholars and students conduct ongoing research. Laurier has been building relationships with Indigenous communities on whose lands we are working to foster knowledge, sharing, and support adaptation and capacity building.
The impacts of forest fires worsened by climate change are vast: habitat loss, biodiversity decline, air pollution, and human displacement. Yet through understanding and collective action to combat climate change, we can foster a future where forests thrive to help guide our planet on the road to recovery. So now we ask you, what reality do you choose?